I'm turned around. Wait, give me a second. Here we go. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming here, and once again we are back with Populous at the Beginnings Beta Tournament, or the 1.5 tournament, if you don't want to call it beta. We are here with game number 3, and you're thinking game number 3 looks an awful lot like game number 2. Well, the way the third map selection goes is both players DM me a map, and we coin flip to see what it was. Now, Jimmy, over here, playing as the Chumara, and the Chumara position, PM'd me and said he wanted face-off. That would have been a cool map to watch. Babo, playing as the Takini in the Takini position, representing Clan Overpowered, said to me he wanted to play Pressure Point again. So here we are, we're on Pressure Point for a second time in a row, which, you know, fair enough. If you won on Pressure Point the first time, why do you not want to call Pressure Point a second time? Try and win a second time. But it's looking a little bit better out of Jimmy this time. You know, Jimmy was very slow and Babo got a 3-base convert advantage against him. Whereas this time, Jimmy's actually managed to make it over to green base quick enough to secure the base for himself. Now, he has to notice that these Braves are basically useless. Babo's securing a blue base. So, I did this last time, but I'm going to do it again in case for some reason you're watching Game 3 of a tournament without watching the previous ones. I'm going to be referring to the bases by their colour so that we can keep track of them. This base here is the green base. Those of you who have played Pressure Point before will know this off by heart. This is what we call green base. This is what we call blue base. This is red base. And this is yellow base. So, just to keep track, we'll be referring to the bases by their colour, in case they change hands. So, I've just had the first population update from my wonderful, wonderful stream chat. I love each and every one of you, and thank you for your help. Population is currently 54 to Babo, and 44 to Jimmy. So once again, Babo's ended up with a slight convert lead. It's not quite as significant as the one he had last time. From those 44 that Jimmy has, 7 of them were hands up and are now dead. Wait a minute. I'm disoriented. They're not dead. They're here. I don't know which base is which. Forgive me, guys. We'll get this right. We'll get this right. It's late. So we've only got the 1 warrior training hut out of Jimmy this time, whereas last time he went for 2. Babo's got hands up Braves. He needs to spot these, and he's got a warrior hut and a fire warrior hut pumping out fire warriors already. Warriors are doing a number on the frontal defense while Jimmy moves to secure the high ground. I've said this time and time again on all the Pressure Point games, and I'm going to say it one more time. Fire warriors can see over the invisible line of a map. Typically, fire warriors cannot see past this point. On a normal game of Pressure Point, that has been fixed in beta. In beta, they can. So these towers on this high ground are incredibly oppressive. Jimmy actually goes down. We see Jimmy die in the horizon. Babo gets a good blast kill. We sort of saw it in the horizon, and Babo's in his base doing damage. Jimmy saves the population, though. He keeps it alive to turn it into troops, without a doubt. Those 2 Braves are going to win all their fights because these guys had hands up. I will admit, this is a bug that needs fixing. The current pathfinding of beta means you cannot force Braves that are stuck on edges like this, like you would normally be able to do. They're actually too smart and realize there's no way for them to legally walk. Oh, Babo gets shift-clicked, but he does survive, and that's a shame. I really thought those fire warriors were going to kill him there. I thought that was enough fire warriors for lethal damage, but it just wasn't quite enough. And now Hashimi gets to blast and clear those up. Meanwhile, Jimmy is being trooped on the side. There are warriors pouring in from all directions. The second warrior training hut is coming out from Jimmy. He's got warriors everywhere. Warrior makes its way to Jimmy's warrior training hut. Try and disable it. Meanwhile, warriors in the green base starting to tear it down. Babo's got warriors at blue base being trained, as well as warriors at red base. He's got double warrior training hut at red base, in fact. He's got 3 warrior huts right now. Brave in a fight with a shaman and 2 swordsmen. Believe it or not, he lost. And we've got Jimmy's actually retreating to his base to deal with these warriors. Fire warriors being trained constantly, getting them in the defense. They need to be in these towers, helping out, but warriors need to cover for them or they will just die. I think it's safe to say Jimmy's got enough warriors by his warrior training huts because they're right next to each other that Babo's going to be hard-pressed to deal damage to these without help of a shaman. There is a warrior training here, and I hate to break it to you, but you can't train a warrior into a warrior that's even stronger. Now, Babo's just dancing on the side. Now, Babo can secure this position. One of the reasons he can secure this position is because he's once again, we talked about this in game 2, he's taking all 3 bases, and that gives him plenty of land to work with, a population advantage, which will give him both troop and mana advantages. It's how you want to play this game. The amount of wild men available, even as the population gets very high, means that Convert is always a threat. And actually, you can do a lot with your troops, arguably way more with your troops than you can with your shaman. Now, lots of veteran players will say that's true of a normal game of Populous, but this really exaggerates it because you have so much excess population to work with. You're almost always going to have red bar because you can almost, you can convert faster than you can build almost with how warfare-like these maps go. All the spectators are saying GG, GG, GG. Nice try, Arbrim. The joke of Arbrim is still continuing. They're messing with him, yeah. One of the spectators is happy about the rules of the tournament, but he didn't have to spectate if he didn't want to. Nisi says the games have been more exciting, and I'm inclined to agree. Instead of this being a standard Yggdrasil layout, where we see the same game that we've seen 100 times over, there have been some upsets, there have been some very aggressive plays, and save for one of the pressure point games, he knows who he is. This has been non-stop action. You know, you see population left, right, and center charging aggressively, constant warfare, population dying again and again and again. Fortunately, this game has not broken me the same way that Pressure Point has broken other commentators, because I've had a lot to talk about here. Babo allied to all the spectators, so we can see what Babo's pinging. I didn't even see that. The spectators were saying GG in team chat, so only other spectators could read it. The only person that said GG in all chat was Tunda. You look, everyone else said GG in spectator chat. So Jimmy would not have seen any of that. Skylove used all chat. Naughty Skylove. Bad Skylove. I don't have much to talk about at this point. Babo has secured a victory for himself. He's got control of 2 of the bases. He has a a half-built blue base. And look at all these plans, a fully built red base. All these wild men to convert. Babo's notifying us of this. Look at all these wild men he's got available to him. He's got warriors in Jimmy's base everywhere. Population update says it's 63 population to 33 for Jimmy. Jimmy's doing what he can to try and hold out, but he knows he's probably not going to win this, and he will be sent to the loser bracket as a result of this game. Babo's once again praying to the Armageddon. We didn't get to see an Armageddon in Game 2. I don't know if we will get to see an Armageddon in Game 3. I'd love to see an Armageddon. We've already seen it in another tournament game. Armageddon looks beautiful now that it's remade for 8 players. It supports 8 players now, guys. If you didn't know what happened with Armageddon before, it would put all the additional tribes in blue spots. The blue just got destroyed. Nisi says GG. It's about time that the game is called, although I do agree that the spectators should not be saying GG in all chat. But at this point, you can tell this game is done. This game is done. Jimmy has a 1 active hut in his main base. He has got a couple of active huts in his secondary base. But, you know, that's going to get warrior trooped down. It will fall. Everything that Jimmy has will fall. The core camp has been established. Well played, Arbrim. Next time, sign up yourself, he says. Babo's got a well-built base. It's not Arbrim, says Nisi. See, people have very, very, very different views on on whether this is Arbrim or not. Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. So, we've got warriors finishing the remaining structures. There is a base down here, but no, Jimmy goes, you're not getting an Armageddon, not letting it happen, and he's going to quit out of the game. But Babo is the victor. Babo is the one to advance. Taking out